I guess it's time for the morning report. 6:30 a.m. I begun rolling up, as hobo shit stain would call it. Yeah, rolling up. And a black fella who had pulled up a half hour earlier then came up to the front door of the clinic and kind of acted annoyed that it wasn't open, assuming that I was rolling up because I'd been told to leave. No, I usually almost always for 6.5 months leave before the first employee shows up or right after the first employee shows up, and he may have been told to show up at 6:30. So by 6:40, I'm rolling up to 7-Eleven to get my medium-sized 12-ounce cup of coffee, which is about all I can stand in the mornings now. It takes me hours before I want another one. And sure as shit, my brand new 20 amp hour battery was stolen. That's why I decided to separate into two. When the 30 amp hour battery went bad on me, I had already purchased a 8 or 10 hour amp hour battery for $10 and got the second one for, I think, for $25. $25 is a lot of money when you're on the streets, bro. That pissed me off, but I could tell the person didn't. Just kind of yanked it and ran. Probably an Uber driver, some asshole from Austin. It's not the type. Well, some of the local punks here would do it, but yeah, there wasn't no punks out there. Bear in mind, when I rolled out of the fart sack, it was wind chill was about 28, 29 degrees, 30 at the most. It was 34 degrees in this exact spot I'm sleeping. So when you've been warm all night, I didn't sleep much. I have had a problem for many years, and you should know about it because it's liable to happen to you. It's got nothing to do with your prostate. I've had prostate cancer twice. It's no big deal. Maybe I'll put that up as a video here soon. I hate to keep giving you teasers. I just don't feel like talking about it right now, other than the fact that for probably it's now 8 years, at least 8 years ago, I learned that, yeah, old men during the night, our bladders don't. When I was young, my bladder would expand to about a quart, 30 ounces at least. You know how you stand there and just piss for about a half an hour when you're a young man, you've been drinking beer and shit like that or some crap? Or no, when you get older, you get the urge to eliminate much quicker and during the night. And then I learned that if you get up, that generates adrenaline and it's harder to get back to sleep. And I've had a sleep disorder my whole life. So last night been having it for several nights now. Hyperuria is the term, where you urinate. Actually, in this case, it's not excessive because I can really tell my body is getting rid of water that's inside me that I don't need. My mouth right now is moist. I know lately I've been catching myself. I smack my lips a lot to dry them so that I don't spit out water while talking. Don't spit out. I've already caught myself once spitting out. Actually, it was a particle of food, but so that's already. At least the black fella said. I'm using an Australian term now. My black fella at least said good morning to me because he realized I was rolling out before being ordered to. I have had to follow bear in mind, with multiple injuries and still with a broken arm and a torn out rotator cuff, I'm rolling out, before anybody has a chance. Like the new black lady there she was pleasant about it. She said something like, well, it's time for us to get you up, or some such. Good morning, Paul.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Beautiful day.
Beautiful, another day, better night.
Yep. And So after the black fella's disappointed, I guess he has to go back and sit in his truck for a while because they usually don't open that door until 7 o'clock in the morning unless they've told some person to, so that they're, I've had people roll over. I've got a 6:45 appointment. They don't make appointments at that clinic. They'll tell you have an appointment, but there's no doctor waiting. There's usually no doctor there till much later in the day, if there's one there at all. And all their doctors are out of system, meaning you pay cash. Time to milk you. So by 6:40, I already know I'm already down $25, but at least I got my other battery pretty nearly charged, and now I know I can no longer. It's just getting to be just like Austin. I know I can no longer leave a battery there overnight. Well, I was before successful because they couldn't see it, and I would, with a black cord, I would hide it behind the propane deals, and nobody just noticed it until it was right there because I had a short cord. That's what the thing was requiring, was a fucking stupid they're trying to dump all that USB-A crap on the market, and they're not doing it right because you should be giving the shit away. Nobody uses USB-A anymore. Really, nobody. If it's oh gosh. So I get my 12-ounce cup of coffee, and even here, this is the least windless place. You saw that the owner here greeted me warmly. He's invited me to stay inside, and I haven't done it yet. At nights if I'm cold. And I drank my coffee, and being in need of sleep, and the sun was coming up, and I'm all blanketed up here. I was nodding off. I was just seconds away from going into rapid eye movement sleep. That's how I'm going straight to REM sleep. That's how bad I need it. And just out of alertness, I noticed there's a guy comes kind of prancing up with an extra large coffee, which he got out of the machine, not the good one, out of the Swiss machine. That means it's going to be already 20 degrees cooler than I would drink it. I'm not drinking that stuff out of the pots anymore because it's at about, it's 20 degrees below industry standards, so nobody gets burned or claims scalding or shit like that. And he's got one of them palm oil, some kind of, look like maybe the apple fritter kind of, so essentially a ball of fucking glyphosated wheat, probably beet sugar, glyphosated. Don't know why they do that other than, and BT toxins and Roundup resistance, and palm oil. And I said, thank you, no. Then he began to almost snuffle. He began kind of that signs of that aggression and anger. And I said more firmly, I said, thank you, no. Like that. Just like that. And he realized he was holding, it only cost him about $4, $3 for the coffee, $1 for the pastry, whatever the fuck it was. But I'm not about to what do I got? That's one more trip to the trash can for me. Fuck you. People act like fucking homeless guys like me should be happy to just accept whatever the fuck they give them and shit, no matter how toxic it is and how we don't even want it. I got one little, can you see it over there? Fucking, I've still got my 12-ounce cup and stuff, and although I've already peed in it once. If you think I'm afraid of my own sterile pee, you're fucking crazy. I'll make another cup of coffee in that thing if I want to. I use them for urinals. And then It's a little leisure domain. You just toss it like I'm emptying out a coffee cup. I've been pissing in public for fucking forever. I've been for 3 years. This is my third fucking winter, It- and still no tent. I did use a kind of a pup tent thing once when we knew it was really bad. That was my first winter. Here it was in Austin, I should say. We knew it was going to be bad. It was already had been bad. It had been howling winds been nonstop 30 to 40 mile an hour winds already for months at that point in time. And yeah, I know some of y'all think I wear hats funny. Fuck no. Some of y'all pull them. See, I leave part of this hat kind of floppy and this up here because it creates a dead air space. People always kind of look at me funny and shit. They don't realize that there's a method to my madness. That dead air space keeps the top of my bald head fucking nice and warm. And the owner's real nice. He knows that I gave his new girl, I gave her $10 in $2 bills the other day just because I didn't want to be fucking the asshole giving them to them. I just gave them all to her. Some young black kid gave them to me, and I just, businesses get upset when you give them a $2 bill because they don't have a drawer for it. They have to put it underneath, and they have to make a special column in their deposit or shit, some shit like that. And they were brand new, crisp, like from the bank, uncirculated. They were folded, however, that diminishes the value a little bit, but $2 bills are easy to obtain anyway. So the guy was kind of pissed I didn't accept his. See, one guy before him, when I was finishing up, my Hispanic dude had asked, "Hey, you need a blanket?" I go, "No, I got plenty, dude." He goes, "You want a cup of coffee?" I go, "No, I'm fine." So that's how you do it: is you ask me first. People who come up and just decide when you pick out what I'm going to eat and drink or wear, just like the Christian bag yesterday morning that I showed here. Actually, that's probably where that little tiny hat and them socks, those gloves are probably going to disappear is under these hats. To actually, the way I've got it right now, it's doing a great job, and it's beginning to slowly warm up. But we're still looking at 2 months where it rarely gets above, you know, 60 degrees, and every night's going to be in the 30s or down into the 20s. And the problem is the place I'm looking at going to, they're predicting about 10 times more rain than here, so I don't know what the hell who to believe. So 5 more days till I see my doctor. I got a feeling I may not be going in there and clean. I got one of my. I may have to actually eventually take it to the laundromat. That's going to be another huge expense. But I'm trying to do. I've did it plenty of times during the summer. Is actually I have a handbag now that I can put a plastic bag in as a liner. I threw in a shirt, uh, some thermals. I bought a new pair of thermals yesterday for the lower part of the body, and it was they're Reeboks. They're special material and stuff like that. And breathable mesh and stuff. It's oh god, we're just the inflation's murdering us. It cost me $18 just for the bottom. I wasn't going to buy the top because I got one on right now, and that whole set didn't cost $18, and they were triple XLs. I went for the double XLs on these because they have a different sizing. Reebok has a different sizing thing, and oh gosh, that guy actually was angry, just on the edge of a snuffle, just that I rejected his extra large coffee. It's the same way that people at first during the summer from Starbucks would come out there trying to give me iced coffee. I still really don't get who the fuck drinks iced coffee. You know, coffee's, I just don't get it. I don't get the whole concept of iced coffee. I don't, yeah, I just only kind of recently became kind of a regular drinker. I'm a tea drinker. No, really, I'm that Anglo. I'm a tea drinker. Well, shit, most of the world is tea drinkers. Even the people that promoted coffee from Africa first, the Arabs, even they have a tendency probably half the time to drink tea. Tea actually has pound for pound more caffeine in it than coffee beans. Yeah, that's why you only need a little bit of tea. So I'm just kind of passing time. If my doctor doesn't give me pain relief because my arm's getting worse and stuff, she doesn't give me pain relief, especially pain relief that helps me to sleep and stuff without me, because there's a big difference between drinking a bottle of scotch makes you want to piss a lot. Actually, and if she gives me some tramadol, she'll probably give it to me at half fucking dose. That means I've got to then fucking break her prescription and take it at full dose to get any relief at all and help to get some sleep without the urge to fucking urinate. It's the hyperuria though kind of comes and goes, but I can tell my body's doing it right now because of the edema. It's my body is naturally trying to get rid of, because you fucking people really, it's just ridiculous the amount of but when you're young and you got that bladder that can expand to enormous sizes and stuff, I guess it's great. But as you get older, and especially when you don't have ready easy access to a urinal, you learn to be a little more. And plus I just don't need them. I don't have that compulsion to drink fluids all day long. I'm surrounded by people who constantly boom 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 hand to mouth. It's really not much different than smoking. And you can't tell me that overhydration is good for you. It's not. It's anyway, that's pretty much the day. I had one big chore to do today. I don't know if I'm going to replace that other battery. I'm going to have to learn to just only charge during the day and use my spare battery at night and keep an eye on it, sit right there. And I'm not going over under that tree because it's chilly enough here. I can feel a little bit of wind. Actually, I'd be better off if I was about 10 inches over, but that wind is howling this morning. Doesn't look like it right here, does it? But it is. That's if you're not in the if you're in the sun and you got your back up. This is the only one. This is a dumpster building right behind me. Around here the building codes say that you can't have an exposed dumpster, yet Starbucks gets away with having one of them. But every other building, every other business follows the business code, which is no dumpster unless it's hidden by preferably a Texas limestone like that one. That's my sanitary. That's the one for Sherwin-Williams and T-Mobile. There's really no organic dookie crap going in there. It's all cardboard and packaging materials and shit like that, clean stuff. I really haven't used it to store anything lately because I've been keeping all my blankets and sleeping bag near me because they've been needed every fucking night. I'm going on forever here. It's almost 20 minutes. It is 20 minutes by now. But I'm trying to get a point across the point to, because I know actually that's probably, I have more than 2,000, and I keep having them coming and going. Like last night, I lost a couple of subscribers. One of them I just had to block because he was on here talking to the guy that claims to be a 100% disabled North Vietnamese Army conscript, which the date he gave mean he would be probably in his mid to late 70s. Not sure if he's for real at all. And he was being annoying last night. So I deleted his comments and then decided to just go ahead and block him from commenting any further. So I lost a couple of subscribers during the night, picked up at least one more. But the main thing is I know that from the reaction of people around me and the things that do, that probably half of the more than 2,000 regular viewers that I have, please, analytics gives you all this material to work with. It's, and I'm trying to let them know that you really gotta stop dumping crap on me. You just make me angry. You make me fucking hate you. It really does. When you try to dump shit on me, that I eventually have to make a special trip to the trash can to get rid of your shit that I don't want or don't need, and stuff like them little fucking tiny ass gloves. My God, those gloves would be, they'd probably stretch. They'd probably fit on that tiny little cap, but they'd cut off my blood flow, motherfucker. Grow up. I've got a pair of gloves. I paid fucking like, they were actually not that expensive. I got them for about maybe $14. They're actually a little bit too big for my hands. Apparently there's some motherfuckers out there with long ass fucking fingers. And that's it. That's my morning bitch and gripe and fetch, is that fucking, I start off the day with the black dude being kind of angry at me because he thinks I'm signaling that the deal's open. Then somebody steals a fucking 20 amp hour battery is critical for me to travel. I need, really, because a lot of the, although I wouldn't, still don't know if I really don't want to, because to leave a known place like this where most of the people are good and go into a place where I know most of the people are going to be bad, I don't know if that's an option. It all depends on what my doctor, how she reacts. And to tell you the truth, I'm not happy with my doctor. I haven't been happy with any doctor since in a long time. They all been acting like a bunch of dicks, really. To the average person here who's driving around in their own private heated motor car, and probably some of them are going to be wearing shorts today, especially the girls, because they just can't wait to keep showing off what's left of their summer tan and those beautiful legs. And every time they do that, I go like, what an idiot. If your car breaks down, you're going to be freezing. And they're going to be guys like, probably like Curtis Wyman, still running around and, wearing his little Mexican hoodie thing and wearing shorts, even though he's like 50 fucking something years old, and just trying to get some, because according to him, I don't think he's gotten any off his wife in a long time. That's what happens when you go around calling your wife a fat blonde and shit like that, and bad mouthing, and fuck you. I noticed he came about 4 mornings in a row to Starbucks. Was there, well, the first one's at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then right after Starbucks saturated my shit and stuff, he stopped coming suddenly. I've still got stuff over there exposed right now. That ground's actually finally getting dry where I sit there. I've compacted it. It needs to get dry. That tree needs to needs to, because it's a young tree. It needs to realize that the surface moisture is going down, and it needs to work on putting its taproot down further. And as I showed you in one video, there's no vegetation there. Are they watering the grass strip on the other side that has a tremendous need for shallow water? No, there's no sprinklers on that other side of the sidewalk, and they just. I thought we kind of had to understand that they weren't going to be fucking drenching my shit, and yet somebody did it one night. That's looked like they turned it on or set the timer for it to go on and be on all night. Because when I got there, my shit was anything that was exposed was absolutely fucking saturated. Sorry, I'm just have a kind of a bleak outlook because although my legs have been working pretty good on any given day, man, because my knees don't lock. I can blow out a knee or both knees and fucking I'm down. And this is looking like it's going to be a long, drawn out, maybe not too cold, but that's what they thought last winter. And then right at the end of January, a big ice storm hit. It's taking down every dead limb in town and knocking out the power and crap like that. That was just before I had a series of grand malls. So anyway, I guess I do a lot of these videos just for my own interest and stuff to kind of get shit off my chest. But there are people, that local people that do listen to I just want to remind you that actually the lady last night at the clinic, I am going to finish with this. She kind of knew not to be. She asked if she could pray for me. Her mother was there with a broken fibula. Saw her, them, bringing her out and loading her up and stuff. But she somehow knew not to be going on too much, and she wanted to lay hands on me, but she remembered, and it's my prohibition about laying on of hands. And she really didn't do the prayer fully, as they never mentioned Jesus. And she kind of knew my rules is you can pray, but you can say Jesus loves me or something like that, but you start going overboard. She gave me, I think, a 20. I haven't really checked. I don't really look at it. It kind of looked like a 20. But she seemed worried for me being out in the cold. And this is my third winter. And I've been in a lot worse. Oh, God, I've been in some $20 bill. Didn't even check it. Of course, essentially, she gives me this, then some asshole, some meth head or some fucking drunk punk steals a fucking $25 battery. So have I really gained anything? I'm just surprised that fucking. Actually, that's one of the reasons I prefer to be around here. Is that if I were closer to we'll finish with this. If I was closer to the mooching, begging, active, drunk people that regularly check into the same hotel I go to all the time, except they're waiting for that past 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock deal. They're getting through Priceline or something like that on their phone. And I've noticed now that actually twice when I get the final, actually last time I knew because I could tell between my bank balance and that they had actually charged me full fucking price. They didn't give me the discount that I was supposed to get through a booking company. So the chances of them getting my business again isn't likely. Their washing machines don't work. They're not fixing them. and shit like that. And there are other places to go to where I can get a better deal, especially during January. We got almost no social events going on anywhere around here. Anyway, I sure am glad I got rid of. I still need to work on that. Yes. 30 fucking minutes. Boy, I sure can run my fucking yap. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'll pick one. I'm not afraid to pick a booger on. I couldn't believe that guy. He actually acted angry that I didn't graciously accept. Oh no. Which will finish with this. It's a trip for me. I have to dispose of the liquids somewhere. When you make me get up off of my lazy, busted, broken ass just to make a special trip to the dumpster for your fucking trash that you want to give me, that's what really pisses me off. It's not the thoughtlessness of your selection of fucking toxic fucking foods and shit. And who the fuck in their right fucking mind drinks an extra large? And I could see it if it was in an insulated styrofoam cup, but they've tried to make them illegal everywhere around here. You can get them in here. You can pour. You just got to go over and got to tell them it's coffee, and they charge you for the coffee price, not the soda pop price. Uh, you can get an insulated cup that'll keep that much coffee warm, but not hot. And I like my coffee hot. And I thought that's the whole idea. Why do you think I'm picking? God, I had a shit ton of mucus this morning. It was just when it's cold weather, your nose naturally drips, produces moisture and mucus to keep those mucous membranes from freezing. Everybody goes like, "Oh, I've got the sniffles this morning." Of course you do. It's cold weather. I'm so sick of fucking people who just every word out of their mouth is just so fucking retarded. I'm out of here.